I am art historian Theodore Press.
And I'm Melissa Itzhaki, a curator for the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
We are here at the gorgeous Alhambra Palace in Granada, Spain.
This part of Spain is actually quite interesting, as it is close to the border with northern Africa. The Iberian Peninsula was ruled for a while by Muslims from northern Africa, until the Christians reclaimed the area in their infamous Reconquista.
Alhambra actually means the red in Arabic, and you can clearly see the reason why it was named. The beautiful rose-colored adobe bricks on the building from far away seem as if they are blazing in the Spanish sun above the mountaintops.
And the size and grandeur of the fortress adds to the idea that this complex dominates over the landscape.
Exactly, that's how the Arab dynasty imposed themselves over the surrounding landscape. In fact, the Nasrid dynasty ruled from 1230 to 1492. Soon after establishing themselves in Granada, the standing ruler, Muhammad I, ordered the construction of the self-contained fortress overlooking the rest of the city.
But the construction occurred over a long period of time, as the palace was continually expanded and added to. Although it was started during the medieval ages, the palace only halted construction when it was eventually conquered by the Christians.
The fact that the Christians chose to keep the Alhambra intact after taking over Granada is really a testament to the beauty of the complex as a whole.
Historians believe that the Christians actually kept the palace as a treasure to remind themselves about their defeat of the Nasrids in Spain, and it is truly quite the treasure to keep.
With 26 acres of land and 1 mile of walls enclosing the city, it was a difficult place to overtake. Even though the buildings and gardens were connected by paths, each area of the complex could be blocked off in the event of a raid.
There were a lot of people living here too. The complex at its height reached a population of 40,000 people and 6 royal residences.
And this notion of an enclosed living complex is furthered by the fact that it served various different purposes, including a royal residency, a barracks and citadel for the elite guard, and a medina where court officials lived and worked.
It might have been extremely well protected, but the Alhambra was also gorgeous.
Oh, most definitely. With 6 royal palaces built over the span of hundreds of years, as well as a series of lush gardens, the complex is varied yet cohesive, intimate but at the same time expansive.
These intricately designed spaces provided a glimpse into an Arabic paradise, especially in the gardens. The name for these gardens, Tenerife, actually comes from the Arabic word Jannat, which means paradise.
That's right, Alyssa, and the paradise wasn't easy to build. Everything in the building took a lot of effort to create. From the inlaid geometric tile dados, to the arabesque tiles, to the calligraphic tiles, the complex designs create an extravagant space for hosting dignitaries or friends of the royal court.
What I love is how the palaces lead into each other and the whole structure is fluid. For example, the Camaras Palace flows into the courtyard of the Palace of the Lions.
The Fountain of the 12 Lions is actually one of the most famous fountains in the world. It was a celebrated feature built in the 14th century with a complex hydraulic system to provide a continuous flow of water. Intersected by perpendicular strips of flowing water, the courtyard is divided into 4 parts, symbolic of the Islamic division into 4 parts of the world.
They followed what they knew. The place is heavily influenced by the ideas of Islam, even though it wasn't specifically a religious place. And then surrounding the courtyard are a series of carved arches, which lead right into this gorgeous palace space. What I love about this space is the ceiling. The way the carved makarnas, the stalactite-like structures, catch the light from the vaulted windows is impeccable.
The light really does give you this vision of paradise. And as you walk around the room, you have this carved stucco and calligraphy that just adds so much to the environment. Speaking of the environment, the buildings aren't the only beautiful architecture here.
Well, the luscious gardens of Tenerife, the vegetation reminds us even further of this idea of an Islamic paradise. The most famous part of the garden includes a long fountain with dual streams of water that shoot out, almost like something you'd see in a water park.
I love how the water is functional as well. In the summer, it keeps the space cooler too. It gets awful hot here in the summer.
I know I would have spent a lot of time out here.
Well, thank you to our listeners for spending this lovely day with us at the Alhambra. Until next time.